It was just simply going in, being dressed in a theatre gown, and then sitting on the trolley waiting for the operating surgeon to come in. He came in, introduced himself, very friendly guy. That makes a difference, I think, from a comfort point of view, from me being the patient. You want to see a happy guy come in. And he was good. He was very warm and comforting, so that when I actually went into theatre, I didn't really have any fear.
When I was admitted to the hospital, they were very, very good, and he explained what they were going to do, and the doctor came out beforehand, and about the consent and everything, the cardiologist, and reassured me, which was really good. And so I had an idea what was going to happen. They didn't know whether I'd need stents or not. They had to do the angiogram beforehand.
When they wheeled me through the theatre doors, there's a team of people in there, and I'm thinking, am I in the right place here? Because it was a full operating theatre. I hadn't seen the technology recently because I haven't been in hospital for a long time, but they had a large television screen where everything's watched on screen as they operate. Didn't really feel anything. So I had no recollection or no sensation of pain or anything. So it was pretty easy going. No, I think my experience of the whole event was one of in La La Land. I wasn't really interested to take note of what was happening. People that were doing the job knew what they were doing. I simply was there to pay attention to what they wanted. So I wasn't really getting involved in the whole process. I was just keen to get it over and done with and move on.
The whole procedure's fascinating. It's really space age. You go into this operating theatre, everything's covered in foil, including all the technicians, the doctors. As the wire goes in, it's a very thin wire. You think of a stent as some sort of thick thing that's going to be inside your body, but it's a very fine wire. That's what it looked like when you're watching it. You could choose to close your eyes and not watch it, but it was so interesting I wasn't afraid. The actual insertion was almost an anticlimax because it happened so quickly, and it was a lot less stressful doing it than thinking about it.
I didn't feel a thing, really. I could just feel them jiggling the wire or whatever they pass up into your heart, and I could just feel it jiggling on my thigh. But, I didn't feel a thing. You're talking to them, like they talk to you. Yeah, so you're alert, and so they might come and ask you a question while they're doing the procedure, or they might say something to you. So it's all very reassuring.
They wheeled me up into the recovery centre, and all was well. My better half was there waiting for me to say hi, and then just got wheeled up to the ward.
You've got to lie flat for several hours if the procedure's up through your groin. If it's through the wrist, I don't think you have to lie flat that long. And people rang me and I could talk to them on the phone. I had quite a few phone calls while I was lying there flat. and then I had sandwiches and a cup of tea, and then the nurses would come in and see how you were going. Yeah. So it was really quite fine.
The journey from theatre to the ward was only probably half an hour or so, I think, thereabouts. Once I got into the ward, it was really just monitoring every hour to make sure that my recovery process was going the way they expected, and also taking blood pressure, all the vital signs, usual routine.
The cardiac rehab nurse came in about 8 o'clock in the morning and explained what had happened, what they'd done with the stents and where they were, and that it would be good to do the cardiac rehab program. So that's how I knew about that at the hospital. And so that was very valuable. And then the cardiologist came about lunchtime, and I think I went home about 3 o'clock. You worry, beforehand and think, oh, I wonder if this is going to hurt, or I wonder what it's going to be like, and yes, but no, it was fine. It really was.